In August of 2012, the Chips fire broke out on the Plumas National Forest. 1,300 firefighters were brought in to help bring it under control. In some places, the fire was beneficial, but in others, it caused a lot of damage, and not only to trees. An 8-week-old baby bobcat became separated from its mother and found its way to a firefighting crew. After waiting an appropriate amount of time to see if the mother would return, Tad Hare and his crew brought the bobcat to a Forest Service work center. Soon, she was dubbed Chips. The Forest Service then contacted a local wildlife rehabilitation facility.
And we got the bobcat actually here about 8:30 that night. And then we got a call into our vet and told him that we needed him, that we had a baby bobcat that needed to be seen, and he was here by 10 o'clock.
The biggest problem that Chips had was the second-degree burns on all 4 paws. She was also dehydrated, so the first thing that Dr. Willits did, he gave her some subcutaneous fluids, and also she had the problem with her eyes because of the smoke and the heat, so he rinsed out her eyes, put some ointment in there, and overall her eyes aren't the problem or the concern. It was her paws, but because it was only second degree, it could have been a lot worse.
You want to show your paws? Let's see what your paws look like. That's so good. You're such a good girl.
Tom and Cheryl Milham are the founders of Lake Tahoe Wildlife Care. This nonprofit organization rehabilitates abandoned and/or injured wild animals.
Our motto is giving Mother Nature a helping hand, and it's giving these animals a second chance at life.
For over 35 years, the Milhams and their volunteers have returned thousands of animals to the wild. Animals come to the facility from a variety of sources, and it is important people understand if an animal needs human assistance.
The first thing to do is watch to make sure mom's not around. That's by far the most important thing. Leave it alone, step back and watch, literally for 3 to 4 hours. If it's there for more than 4 hours and no mom has come about, then that baby probably needs help.
Don't try to raise these animals yourself. There are rehab groups all in the state of California. Get it to people that are trained to know what they're doing. If you want to learn, take a class and join a group.
Every bird or animal that comes into Lake Tahoe Wildlife Care has one goal, and that's getting released back to the wild.
While Lake Tahoe Wildlife Care is rehabilitating Chips, we're working hard to rehabilitate the land post-fire. The mixed conifer forest where Chips was rescued is a fire-adapted system, and a lot of our management actions currently are to restore that system to its historic condition. Chips is part of that system, so hopefully her rehabilitation goes well and she will be able to return to it.
Making sure these animals don't habituate to humans is one of the most important and difficult tasks.
That's the tough part, because right now she needs that loving attention.
She's a baby. She needs to be cared for at this age. She needs the comforting.
Once Dr. Willits says she's ready to be out on her own, she will be on her own. And we'll put things out for her to play with. We'll give her live animals to kill because that's what she'll be doing in the wild, but there'll be no more human contact.
The decision on when to release Chips will be left to the rehabilitators and the California Department of Fish and Game. We'd like to see Chips back on the Plumas. It'll depend on the habitat availability in the burned area where she was rescued from.
In time, Chips will be released into a suitable environment, hopefully close to where she was found.
We obviously try and get them back in the same region, same area where they came from, where there's good habitat, where there are other bobcats, and where she'll be able to live out a normal, healthy life, whatever her life expectancy would be.
Chips was released onto the Lassen National Forest